Dreamforce week, and here we are on the stage that people will be here starting tomorrow speaking about Dreamforce. But I just want to talk to you, Marcos. This is my first year at Dreamforce, and I think for a lot of people, who either this is your first year or you've never been to Dreamforce. So I wanted to pick your brain a little bit. You sent out an email, which is sort of like a checklist on how to prepare. But talk to me about the Dreamforce experience. How do you dig in? How do you get into this? And how is it supposed to go for me?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it's kind of like a surreal experience. Like everybody tells you all these different tips and things like that, but it's until you're here experiencing it, now you're finding it out for yourself. It's pretty hard to really know what to expect. So I think yes, we did a packing list to make sure that people remember to wear comfortable shoes, to bring a jacket, things like that. But really, when you're here, it's all about going with the flow and making sure that you're connecting with people that you normally wouldn't had a chance to connect. In fact, us two, right? Mark is in Atlanta, I'm in Austin. We wouldn't be able to connect otherwise if it wasn't for these streaming events. So I think, very quickly, 3 tips to if it is your first time coming to Dreamforce. Number 1, don't over plan. I think when it's your first one, you ask your boss, your manager, for the opportunity to come here, or maybe you're paying out of pocket for your own enrichment. Definitely make sure that you make the most of it, but a lot of times you pack your schedule with a lot of sessions, make it a lot of them, and that just makes you feel defeated at the end. So, plan on 1 to 3 sessions a day, have some other backup just in case, but really flow with the experience. You're going to meet people, you're going to be put in opportunities that you weren't expecting to be in, and it's always welcome. I think that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, I think is really, your body best. If you feel like you're dehydrated or if you need a break, right? Nobody's gonna penalize you for just grabbing a cup of coffee at one of the lounges, or heading over to the home marketers and grabbing a quick drink and then coming back, things like that. And I guess the third one, part of that packing list that we put together as our content was we created a list that you can download if you follow us on Content on LinkedIn that helps you, like, what are your objectives for the week? Who do you want to meet? What vendors do you want to talk to? What issues are you trying to solve in your own company? But also planning on reflecting afterwards on, like, both personal and educational achievements that you have here, and then how does this journey look like for you next year? I think a lot of people just live here, let it happen, post a few pictures online afterwards, and that's it. And I think if you're really intentful about growing in your career in the Salesforce ecosystem, you have to be a little more meaningful behind experiences like this, and just really having a plan on what that looks like for next year. So those are my 3 tips, Mark. Making sure you know yourself, making sure that you don't overplan, and lastly, that as things flow, that you take it all in with gratitude, and that you plan for next year and reflect on what that means.
Yeah, thanks for that. Those are some awesome tips. I'll say for me personally, I started to follow your tips early on, and I left a lot of empty space in my calendar. But then leading into last night, I was taking a dive into the agenda, and I just started plugging away on AI session after AI session. It was too hard to not put those sessions into. I did a post yesterday. There's one specific session that I'm really looking forward to, and that is Mark Benioff and Sam Altman, who is the founder, he's the CEO of OpenAI. So, of course, I wanted to see those two on stage, but they just happened to be speaking right at the tail end of our own presentation. Yeah, so I cannot, unfortunately, make it to that session. So if you're attending the Mark Benioff and Sam Altman session, please enjoy that for me. That's right.
Well, good to see it again. Bummer.
Yeah, it is a bummer. Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch the recording on Salesforce Plus. I'll have to do it like immediately after it's available. Yeah, so really excited to speak tomorrow. Super excited to meet everyone and just shake hands. And if you do want to catch that water break or that coffee break and you see me around, I'd be happy to join you and just get to know everybody. And again, I've said it before, but you're following AIForce training news all throughout this week for Dreamforce Live. If you see me, please say hi. And if you want to go on live as well, just let me know and we'll jump on and you can share your experience. But thanks. Is there anything else you wanted to share with the community?
Yeah, I wanted to. So yesterday, my VP of marketing told me that Kristen Bell is going to be in the house. And here's Kristen. I follow your career ever since you were with Veronica Mars, and I just want to let you know that if you come to our session, I will have a slot for you. So hopefully that, I'm manifesting it. Hopefully that gets to her and she shows up to our session on AI. But again, thank you all for logging in and joining us. And Mark, thank you for having me.
Yeah, sure thing. If you don't mind, go down in the comments and just tag
Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell. Go down in the comments and just tag Kristen Bell, and hopefully we can get her. We're going to try to make that happen. All right, thanks everyone. We will tune out and see you on the next live.